Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Many thanks for keeping faith with us. Drama ensued today during the U.S. court proceedings between Atiku Abubakar's lawyers and Bola Ahmed Tinubu's lawyers over the F gender in his certificate. We're going to give you full details on that. Then, of course, if Musa Arabi Kongwaso sent a special message, especially to Atiku Abubakar. Of course, Peter Obi also over their move to Supreme Court. Well, it's left for you to determine if the advice of Musa Kongwaso is timely and wise, or if it's just a case of cowardice. But let's fully move into the news in full. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You'll see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's start with the drama that took place in court. Now, the judge of United States District Court for the Northern District, Jeffrey Gilbert, presiding over a subpoena application for Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu's records, has reserved judgment after learning that the politician's college transcript, which he used to gain admission into Chicago State University CSU in 1977, indicated it belonged to a female. And the judge, according to People's Gazette, had earlier scheduled September 12 to rule on the matter, but said he needed additional time to digest his decision after learning that there was a transcript bearing Bola A. Tinubu released by CSU, that's Chicago State University, under separate court subpoena that carried the owner's gender as female. Now, trying to demonstrate the frivolity of the case, Tinubu's lawyer, Christopher Carmichael, raised the female issue, dismissing it as a fishing expedition based entirely on conspiracy theory being peddled in Nigeria by Tinubu's political distractors. I quote him, he said, "It's like Donald Trump coming up in 2010 to claim that Barack Obama was not born in the United States," Carmichael said. But the lawyer to plaintiff Atiku Abubakar, Alexander D. Gramont, quickly informed the court that the possibility of Bola Tinubu, who attended Chicago State University in the same 1970s, being a woman was first revealed in records produced by the school itself. Now, the school had in mid-2022 submitted Tinubu's records in its possession while complying with the state court subpoena. Now, the records handed over to Nigerian civil rights lawyer Mike Enahoro Eba showed that Bola A. Tinubu was admitted into Chicago State University in 1977 based on a transcript from Southwest College, Chicago, that was marked as belonging to a female. Now, Judge Gilbert became confused after the Chicago State University lawyer Michael Hines confirmed that the school had indeed turned in records to Enahoro Eba in 2022, but insisted that the Nigerian President Tinubu was the one who attended and graduated from the school. Wahala. Now, Heads, however, said he could not explain the contradictions, and the school's administrators would not be able to state under oath that the certificate Tinubu has been parading was genuine or otherwise. In the diploma, they now asked him, "Is the diploma authentic or is it a forgery?" "My client can't answer yes to either of those questions," Haynes said of Tinubu's certificate that he submitted to be Nigeria's president. Consequently, a confused judge, Gilbert, said he would need additional time to process the confusion, especially given Haynes' confirmation of the records released last year by Chicago State University. "I will have to take this matter under advisement," the judge said, adding that his court would communicate a new judgment or hearing date with counsel to all parties. Now, the judge said additional document or clarification about already submitted document may be required from the parties. Wahala. Okay, but let's find out really. Rabbi Kongwaso is literally telling Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar over their move to Supreme Court on the same matter. That the former Kano State Commissioner for Rural and Community Development, Alhaji Iyasu Musa Kwangwaso, has advised the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and Mr. Peter Obi, the flag bearer of the Labour Party, LP, to shelve plans to go to the Supreme Court because the move may end up being an exercise in futility. Alhaji Kwangwaso made this known on Monday while reacting to the verdict passed by the National State House of Assembly Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Kano ruled in his favor as the winner of the Madubur, Kiru and Garu Malam House of Representatives. Now it will be recalled that the tribunal sitting in Kano voided election of Yusuf Umar Dati of the New Nigerian People's Party NNPP on the premise that he had not resigned from Bayero University Kano 30 days before the election. Aside from that ruling, the tribunal chairperson Justice Ngozi Flora Azige consequently ordered INEC to set aside the certificate of return earlier issued to Dati and declare Musa Iyasu Kwangwaso as the winner of the election, having scored the second highest vote during the election of the Koro Madubi Garu Malam Federal House of Representatives held on February 25, 2023. Now, however, Alhaji Kwangwaso commented on the Presidential Election Tribunal ruling, urged both Alhaji Atiku and Mr. Obi to exhibit the spirit of sportsmanship by accepting defeat and rallying around the elected president, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his quest to move the country to greater heights. According to him, Alhaji Atiku and Mr. Obi have the constitutional right to seek redress before the law court on whatever they believe transpired during the election, which they have sought at the tribunal, having dragged their grievances before the tribunal and having judged the matter as well as verdict equally, both having lost. The honorable way for them is to accept defeat in good faith, he said. Now, Alhaji Kwangwaso, however, noted that to him, the Supreme Court will not start the case afresh, but will just look at the documents ruled by the tribunal and pass his judgment. He then hinted at going by the judgment pronounced by the tribunal. The argument of both Alhaji Atiku and Mr. Obi do not have good and convincing substance, hence the need for them to let go and team up with the winner in moving the country forward. While thanking Allah on the tribunal that declared him winner, Alhaji Kwangwaso, however, commended the people of his constituency for their prayers and support. Of course, this is definitely coming from someone who believes that they should all move on in the spirit of sportsmanship. Okay, but is there wisdom in his saying? Or do you think it's just mere cowardice? They feel that... For me personally, I think Peter Obi wants to get into a logical conclusion, even if eventually the Supreme Court gives the verdict that is not favorable to him, but he will justify his conscience and posterity and history judge him fairly that he went to the logical conclusion and this was the mandate and the verdict given by the Supreme Court, which means it will become a groundstone or a background to whatever judgment going forward that will be coming on subsequently. Well, that's going to wrap it up. You've heard it all. What's your take? Do have a nice time.